Up in the ring, Boyd Pierce ready to introduce this event to you. Let's pick him up.
For the 45-minute time limit, as Playboy Gary Hart presents from Buffalo, New York, 235 pounds, Maniac Mark Lewin. And across the ring, 235 pounds in the white corner from Houston, Texas, Tiger Conway Jr. Your referee, Nick Kozak.
Tiger Conway Jr., one of the nation's fastest rising pro wrestling stars, in against the toughest opposition he has faced in the Houston ring, and that is Maniac Mark Lewin. Now, Lewin is the object of attention of an awful lot of people these days, and most of them are fans. They resent some of the things that he does in the ring, and with particularly good intentions, because Lewin is a dangerous individual. There is a lot of argument over whether he is the top or the most dangerous man, or whether fellows like Ox Baker and the Hart Punch are more dangerous. This too is a question that fans ask each other, and they've got a couple of great candidates. So Tiger Conway Jr. is well aware of the style of Mark Lewin and the fact that he's got to be very, very careful. That staccato applause you hear in the background, yeah, that's what's causing it. Tiger Conway giving his fans the nudge, telling them to get behind him, support him, and they do. So Maniac Mark Lewin is greeted by the sound that says, Maniac, Maniac, Maniac. This match is for 2 out of 3 falls, and this is the first. And as Lewin settles in that corner, it's for good reason. He's aware that Tiger Conway Jr. could clobber him, but he is also, and this is more to the point, also preparing a trap for Conway. This man is dangerous with those hands of his. He fears no man and certainly no brick. He has broken some unique objects with the edge of the hand blow. But what fans are wondering about Maniac Mark Lewin has to do with his complete sanity. There are times when he looks like he's been hit too often and too hard. Double wrist lock is the hold. Conway, trying to push into it, manages to push Lewin against the ropes and in the corner, and there's Gary Hart on the outside, and Gary Hart on the outside spells trouble and preoccupation of referee Nick Kozak with Gary Hart. That's Lewin doing the pounding and bearing in on young Tiger Conway Jr. Lewin has a unique style. He has wrestled in so many, many places that most of us only know as exotic and unique and far, far away. And he has gone into these places without fear or favor or knowledge of his opponents and come up with some tremendous wins. Tiger Conway Jr. trying to set him up, and he sets him up for a wallop in the midsection that has brought this Coliseum crowd to a roaring pitch. They're encouraging him all the way. Hard on the outside, listening to that crowd, is trying to shout to Lewin, but they're making it difficult for anything to be said. And now it's a question of whether Hart was able to slip something to Mark Lewin, and whether Mark Lewin is now wearing on his finger that huge ring that Gary Hart wears all the time. So as Hart goes up there, the object suddenly disappears, and it was a ring, and I did get to see it. Lewin reaching in there, grabbing those trapezius muscles right at the base of the neck. Those big diamond-shaped muscle that holds the neck up and provides the power. Tiger Conway Jr. is trying to set those muscles against the digital pressure, as they say. But that digital pressure suddenly turned to knuckle power. Trouble for Conway as Maniac Mark Lewin bears down on him. Lewin has his foot against the rope. The referee can't see it. The crowd can see it. 5 minutes have gone by. This is the first fall of a 2 out of 3 fall match. And Gary Hart is giving support to a foot that could slide. That's why he has his hand in there, so that the man in the ring can get a better balance without the foot slipping along the canvas. When you wear shoes that don't slip, you're liable to pop your knee. When you wear shoes that do slip, you're liable to lose your footing, and that's the problem. So Nick Kozak lays down the law to Gary Hart. Whether Hart has any instinct to obey that law or not just remains to be seen. So we've got Lewin again with those powerful hands of his, but we've got Tiger Jr. trying to get up off his knees, and there the pressure becomes a little bit too great to bear, and he maneuvers down to try to ease some of it and to take another approach to getting out of the grip. Now there's shouting Maniac trying to rattle Mark Lewin. Nick Kozak giving the option to Tiger Conway Jr. and Hart now switches from the business of giving a block to the foot to pushing Lewin forward and adding weight and power to the effort to double up Tiger Conway Jr. So Hart on the outside, shouting his support to Lewin. There you see the duo in the same frame. Kozak watching closely, because if Tiger wants to quit, he wants to be right on hand in order to change it. And now notice that Hart has gotten up there to try to distract the referee, and you can see why he's trying to distract him. On our side, we can see it. The referee has just belted Gary Hart, and this time Nick Kozak was able to pick up the rope, and it's part of the rope that holds down the canvas. Chopped him and chopped him savagely. Tiger Jr. is in trouble. You can see now, as those fingers bite in there, that there is room for pressure for Mark Lewin to put it on a broad area of muscle. Now a sudden move by the Tiger, and this could shake Lewin loose. You see the grip around on the throat as Lewin suddenly switches to take him under the chin and to bear down on him and bring him to the canvas. Mark Lewin. Taking a handful of maybe ear, mostly neck muscle. You could stop the flow of blood to the brain through the carotid artery. Now the Tiger fans giving the Tiger roar. Smashing, driving head wallop. 10 minutes have gone by as Tiger now has been able to get his head out of that vice, and it feels great. I'll tell you, when that blood starts rushing freely and when that neck starts moving, that's when you want to go to work. You know you do. And a tough move. Whoa! Tiger got out of the way instantly. On top, Tiger Conway Jr. There it is. Conway blasts him with that headbutt. Beautifully done. Look at the uproar here at the Coliseum. A tremendous uproar. Conway survived the tough tactics of maniac Mark Lewin and came up with a sensational, sudden death victory over Mark Lewin for the first fall. And off and on the floor crashes Tiger Conway Jr. We'll be back here in a moment. Right now, let's pause for this word. Well, Mark Lewin has just jumped out of the ring and driven the head of Tiger Conway Jr. into the timekeeper's table, and the Tiger threw a chair back up in the ring to try to make it even. And Lewin contemplates his actions on the outside of the ring. Gary Hart pacing on the apron. The 2-minute intermission period between falls has not expired, but Tiger is up in the ring there now, directing traffic and proving that he's king of the ring. Outside, Mark Lewin and the I don't know what he just picked up from the floor, but he just picked up something. And Lewin, who can always be depended upon to do the unexpected, manages to follow Tiger Conway and to deliver a wallop from which Tiger Conway may have difficulty in recovering. Lewin, assuming the unusual attitude, he's got a cigarette in his hand, which is what he picked up from the floor, and it has. He does not have it anymore. Tiger Conway Jr. in trouble as that he holds on to that eye, and I have no doubt what happened to the eye. So, oh man, what a driving wallop. And Lewin has managed to not to dent the head of Tiger Conway Jr., but he sure must have given him something to think about. And now as he pounds away with the edge of the hand blows, He has Tiger sinking to his knees, which is an unusual sight. He has never been known to yield to the blows to the head, and Tiger is bleeding, and bleeding badly. Blood spattering all over the place here as the Maniac moves in on him and seems to take delight in the fact that he has the Tiger bleeding badly, blood running down his face, down his chin, down his chest, and it's in his eyes too. I have no doubt about that. That's why he was swinging at whoever he could feel near him, and in this case it happened to be the referee. But Nick was smart enough to get out of the way and realize what was happening. So Lewin, with a worried look on his face, suddenly realizes that Conway here has been roused. The Tiger has really come to life, and the Tiger starts moving in on him. And Lewin is, maniac though he may be, is smart enough to know an aroused Tiger when he sees one. And listen to the uproar in this Coliseum here as he blasts away at the Maniac. A driving crash. And that was with a forearm, and stomp it right in the midsection. There's one, there's two, there's three, and we've got a 3 count, and the bleeding Tiger lies on the canvas here.
3 minutes, 13 seconds, Maniac Mark Lewin.
There's Tiger Conway, a hurt man right now. And Maniac Mark Lewin, who knows he's been in a match. But this is the second fall. There is still one more fall before this contest will be decided. And with the Tiger sitting there on the canvas, he has 2 minutes to recover and get ready for the third fall. We'll be back here in a moment. Right now, let's pause for this word from the studio. Gary Hart presumably steps in there to keep Maniac Mark Lewin from attacking the young Tiger. And referee Nick Kozak is solicitously hovering over the Tiger, trying to help him. He's also trying to protect him. And Hart is smart enough to try to keep Lewin away. He realizes that he's got Tiger in a bad way. He doesn't want to get Lewin disqualified and lose this match when he could be in a position to win it. And Tiger Jr. looks a little dazed, and 30 seconds of the intermission period to go. Tiger hanging on and looking for the opportunity to get his head clear and to rise. And Lewin crowding, edging, keeping in close. He wants to be as near as he can when that bell sounds. 3, 2, 1. There's the bell. And the bell and that wallop were almost simultaneous as Nick Kozak looks at the cut to see if he should stop this match because of the injury to young Tiger. And Tiger's in trouble. He is being attacked from at the same area that gave him trouble before. He is trying to rise up right now, but now he looks like he's getting a little clearer picture of what's happening. And now as he starts up, he looks like he's getting a little more strength. And Lewin is hanging on almost desperately right now to that hold that has done him so much good. And Tiger Conway comes to life beautifully here as he starts driving away. And Hart made a mistake. No, Hart distracted young Tiger Conway. And he's got him hung up. He drove it into the throat as he hung on the ropes, and we're going to have a disqualification. Mark Lewin hung him in the ropes and then drove that thrust into the... Here comes Tiger Sr. And he starts to clear the ring. Tiger Conway's father in there and trying to clear the ring, and we've got big Mike Richards coming into that ring. And Mike is supposed to wrestle Gary Hart. And an aroused father who was recently the victim of an attack by maniac Mark Lewin. Tiger Jr., who was kicked in the, hit in the throat, kicked in the head, and right now is having his problems as he tries to recover from the double-barreled attack of the, he's been given the match, but on a disqualification, and that is winning it the hard way, winning it the hard way for sure. Now as we try to help Tiger, we'll be back here in a moment, right after this word.